We are back with our final case for today, which is an IO mid lane marked for feeding. He is a Crusader. We're going to join this, see how it's going. We have trees on the map because I fixed it. Pay no attention to the close, shrink, and minimize icon in the top right. That doesn't actually mean anything. IO is currently disconnected. Has been disconnected. We're going to go back and see. Okay, so Shadow Shaman's dead right now. IO's already disconnected. Don't quite know how long Shadow Shaman... He wouldn't have been dead for that long. We don't know when IO disconnected. Might have disconnected beforehand. If he did, we're going to see. Where is he? He's here on the map, but he's invisible. Apparently, IO is a rock. Yeah, see, he's a rock. We can't even see where the hero is. We could also submit right now. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're going back to player perspective. We're going to speed it up. We're going to see when IO reconnects. IO has 4 minutes left to reconnect. IO has 3 minutes left to reconnect. IO reconnected. Okay, so we're going to see our IO died. IO's back in base. Wait, we're going to slow down. We're going to go back. Let's see what happens. IO died. Don't go back farther. We went too far back. IO just reconnected. Click on the IO. Okay, IO's in base. He's right here. Doesn't know what's happening. He's TPing mid. He's like, I'm the mid laner. I gotta go mid. He's now pinging the Juggernaut. Why are you mid? I'm the mid. I go mid. Juggernaut's like, dude, you've been disconnected for 4 minutes. We paused for you. They unpaused. What are you doing? I was like, no, I queued mid, so I gotta go mid. And Juggernaut's like, no, you're gonna have to play support. I was like, no, I'm gonna go feed right now. How dare you steal my mid from me? I don't care. Now I'm buying back. I'm gonna sell all my items. I'm gonna buy wards. He's opening the shop. See? Oh, now he's got 6 sentry wards. He's like, I'm buying all the wards. I'm gonna go feed them or something. How dare you steal my lane? And the Juggernaut's like, no, when you've disconnected for that long, you need to be able to understand that you need to play a different lane. Okay, so IO is pushing the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend's hitting him. Shadow Fiend's way above him in levels. He could kill him if he doesn't. IO did get out. Now he's blocking creep camps. So you're extra guilty at this point. First, you go feed mid because how dare somebody else take your mid lane while you're disconnected for 4+ minutes because you didn't come back till about 4 minutes in the game and they were paused for at least like a minute or two. And we don't know when you actually disconnected at first. And now you're out here, oh, I'm going to ruin everybody else's game. I already ruined their game once by disconnecting. And you were disconnected so long, and pretty sure you disconnected before the Shadow Shaman died. If you'd just stayed disconnected, you'd have been good. You could have gotten the abandon. You hopefully haven't had any other abandons this week. So you wouldn't get in low priority. Your only thing is you'd lose 1,000 of your points. But who cares about that? Okay. So he goes top, and he dies. Good job. Did try to save the, well, I don't know if he tried to save the Spectre, but, you know, did at least try to do something there. Still have 2 observer, 1 observer ward, 2 sentry wards. Wanting to go back mid. He's clicking. Oh, he's clicking on the Juggernaut's items. Wait, no, I'm clicking on the Juggernaut's items. Sorry. I'm going crazy here. We're looking to see who the offlaner was, who the support was. I'm trying to figure out, is this a support Juggernaut? Was this a support bounty hunter who became a core bounty hunter? Or was this a support Juggernaut? Because right now we have bounty hunter and wyvern off lane. And we have a solo Spectre safe lane. Now, what we came to was the Wyvern. I don't know I'm being late on this, but I wasn't thinking. The Wyvern has Tranquil Boots and a ward, so the Wyvern probably queued for 4. The Bounty Hunter is building for core. And since nobody went top to help out the Spectre, which really somebody needed to be top to help out the Spectre, more than likely that was a position 5 Juggernaut. So when the IO disconnects and doesn't return for a while, the Juggernaut goes, hey, free lane for me. I'm now the mid. And honestly, when the IO came back, the IO should have said, okay. Because, like, this will happen. You come back too late into the game, you have a level 9 Shadow Fiend, you're level 4, he just comes up, raises you, and you die instantly. Let me close this ad source. Okay. So now IO, we don't know why you were disconnected. You could have had very good reasons for disconnecting early in the game. So I'm not going to blame you for that. You know, I mean, your internet could have went down. There could be a thunderstorm or something. Maybe you don't play ranked if there are thunderstorms. But there's a possibility. Maybe a car hit a power line outside and it knocked out your internet for 5 minutes and you were able to jerry-rig away back to play. But it's when you come back, at that point, when you see that they aren't paused, and again, they did pause. They paused for a while. I actually had looked at it earlier before this, and then I realized that I didn't do the trees, so I came back and fixed the trees, and it was paused for a decent amount of time. Because the timer there only shows the game timer, it doesn't show like the 2-3 minutes that they were paused before you came back. Or I mean, before they unpaused. So, you know, it was a while. It was probably close to 5 minutes, honestly, that you were gone. Because you were gone for 3, or almost 4, and whatever was paused. Yeah, it was probably over 5 minutes, honestly. When you're gone for that long... Okay, you honestly should have seen that coming. That's why I wasn't even talking about it. Because you don't have a Shadow Fiend on the map. You're pushing the mid. You probably knew it was coming. But you've already been feeding. You've already been blocking camps. Here's IO. IO's farming. Actually not farming too bad here. Shadow Fiend almost gets the IO. IO survives. IO starts farming camps and starts blocking camps again. Let's go back and see that. Okay. Look at this hit. Down to 35 health. Okay, so going back up. Blocks this camp. You've already farmed it. Decides to farm this camp and block it. Actually farm it pretty well there. Like on that low of health, I wouldn't have been trying to farm it. Also, chip vest. So you're now holding the chip vest. And then you do what? You ulted into the enemy fountain and died. So we're going to watch the Juggernaut because he's actually trying to do something. And this is kind of crazy here. So Juggernaut, right? This low on health. Spins, kills Mirana, goes back to Pangolier, gets the one last hit, kills the Pangolier. He's got... We're not seeing his health. Oh, because IO... We were watching IO. We're going back and watching it. Yeah. Oh, Shadow Fiend. He probably should try to get away. We're going to go back and watch what happened. No, we're going to go back farther. Okay, so he teleports the lane. Juggernaut immediately gets stunned, ults, gets a few too many slashes on the creeps, almost gets the Mirana, gets one slash. If he'd have hit her one more time, she'd have died, but he gets hit. You should have used spin there. Instead, he uses spin after the stun's over to try to chase down the Shadow Shaman, which is the dumb idea. And now he's like not even following properly with the... And he's getting blocked by a creep. He uses the Mask of Madness. Why are you using the Mask of Madness there? I know it gives you a little bit of speed, but now you're going to take a ton of damage from everybody. And you didn't even catch the Shadow Shaman because you were getting blocked by that creep. But he's 7 health. He gets hit down to 7 health, gets a double kill, and if Shadow Shaman would have come up, he'd have probably killed him, and then Shadow Fiend shows up and murders him. I mean, that was kind of crazy. And then what happens here, Io and Bounty Hunter die in base. I'd already seen them die. Bounty Hunter's buying back. Okay, he's watering down, but we're going to see Io used relocates. Yep, Io dead. Bounty Hunter going back. Why is he walking back into the fountain? We're going to... Wait, what? Oh, no. Bounty Hunter just sold all of his items. Why? Because the Io just tilted the Bounty Hunter. So the Bounty Hunter is like, it's 24-8. We're losing. This Io is going to keep screwing us over. Io just tried to use Tether again. But you tilted the Bounty Hunter. He's selling his items now. He's going to jail. So let's go back and see what actually happened here. Bounty Hunter's farming Ancients. Moves in the lane. Io teleports. Bounty Hunter looks up because he's going back to base because he's a bit low. Suddenly he winds up in the enemy fountain and dies. So we're going to see here. Io teleports in. Tethers. And relocates him into the enemy fountain. He buys back and now he's like, okay, I'm going back to lane. And then maybe I'm going to go jungle. And then he's like, wait, no. Screw this. I'm going to go sell all my items. I'm going to get reported. Because if they've been reporting the IO, they're more than likely going to report him. So now the Bounty Hunter is going to get reported. And he's going to wind up in jail. Because of the IO. You must feel very good about yourselves. About yourself. You ruined this game. All because... they had to change the plan because you weren't around. Spectre's dying because Spectre had a lane that was 1-on-2. And you're now smoking because you're planning on trying to tether, relocate somebody else out. Juggernaut actually came up to you because he wanted you to tether him into the enemy fountain. He was daring you to and you were too scared to actually do it. Because you thought he might actually be able to do something. More than likely, he'd have just ran out of base and teleported out. But he teleports. Oh, gets hit by, again, he uses... this Juggernaut's using spin way at the wrong times. He uses it too early. He's often using it to initiate the fight. And then he doesn't have it when he needs it. Here he is spinning again when he's running at them. She used the arrow recently enough, she might not have it. Even if she does, you're full health, don't worry about it. Oh, we're looking because he's level 14, but Shadow Fiend's level 20. Shadow Fiend is just destroying the team. Juggernaut spins and tries to go on the Shadow Fiend. His TP scroll had 2 seconds left when he died. So, here was my thought. You could have Omni Slashed. You'd have done some damage. You probably wouldn't have killed anybody unless you got some nice bounces. But you'd had enough time when the Omni Slash ended, you might have bounced far enough away from the Shadow Fiend that he wouldn't be able to click on him, and then you could have spun and TP'd and tried to get out. Would it have worked? Maybe, maybe not. But it was an option. And then if I'd been saying this before, I'd probably say, that's what I would do, and then I'd say, wait, no, that's not what I would do. I'd probably just stand there, right-click, and die. But with the hindsights of watching the game that's already happened, I can tell you that would be probably the smart idea because it's probably the only way you could have gotten out. Now he's back in lane, he ults, he gets the kill on Shadow Shaman, he spins on Pangolier, but again he doesn't know the position to go. Does have the dust though, so he's able to dust the invisible Pangolier. They see Pangolier, but Shadow Fiend shows up and just murders everybody. Everybody's dead. Io's trying to kill the Shadow Fiend, but can't. But the Bounty Hunter actually gets the kill. Bounty Hunter's running away. The Bounty Hunter sold all of his items, but what'd he do? He bought a Ghost Scepter so he couldn't get right-clicked. Meanwhile, I just realized I have not seen this Dragon Knight the entire game. Oh, I'm complaining about... okay, yeah. We're just saying guilty at this point. And that's the end of that. That's the last one. It says conviction submitted. They say thank you. I say you're welcome. Have a good day.